You're a supercar guy watching this and you actually own a supercar, if it's a Lambo, Ferrari, Koenigsegg, Bugatti, I'm genuinely sorry you wasted the money on buying one of those cars, because that little V6 twin turbo sitting right over there is literally the definition of a supercar killer. What's going on, guys? So as you guys can see, the giveaway is now live. All the merch is finally complete. Prize number one is a valved axle back exhaust system for you guys' Mustang, or you guys can get the Chemical Guys bucket, or 2 free shirts of your choice. You guys can pick. Hit the link in the description. Giveaway is now live. It is not going to last long. I guarantee you the giveaway will be done within 1 week. So go check it out. Hit the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. Well, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Road to 100K. But you guys need to know this if you are new here. I am the biggest Mustang fanatic there probably is on the internet. I am a ride or die Ford guy. That's just me. As you can see, if you're new here, that is Zeus, my 2020 Shelby GT500, Apollo, my Cobra Jet NA Mustang, and to my left is my Dark Horse 2024 manual handling pack Dark Horse that I absolutely love to death. And as you can see, the OOOG car that is in this household is sitting right over in that corner, the black car, and it is known as the Black Beast, in my opinion. You know, I'm gonna have most Mustang guys watching this video right now, and if you're a supercar guy watching this and you actually own a supercar, if it's a Lambo, Ferrari, Koenigsegg, Bugatti, I'm genuinely sorry you wasted the money on buying one of those cars, because that little V6 twin turbo sitting right over there is literally the definition of a supercar killer. That little V6 is making more power than the Dark Horse, my 1,000-wheel horsepower Shelby GT500, and my max effort NA Cobra Jet car, and it's a V6 twin turbo. V6 twin turbo is one of the best motors in my opinion. Like I said, car makes about 1,700 to the rear wheels, a little more than 1,700 it made on the dyno, and can average about 25 to 27 miles per gallon. Heat, AC, full interior, full cage. Did the quarter mile on setting number 6 at 8.5 at 100 and almost 80 miles an hour. And that's not even turned all the way up. A little backstory before I fire up the Black Beast. We got this brand new in 2009. I was really little. I don't even really remember the car coming home. Very vaguely, because my dad traded his Mustang for this, and he hasn't bought another car since, and there is a reason for that. Any Mustang in the garage will not absolutely touch this car in the straight line. Handling, I think the Dark Horse will have it, but the power that this car is making for roll racing, dig racing, and the way this car puts down the power, it is ungodly. I'm about to fire this thing up. These GTRs do not have the craziest startup in the world, but this is what a 1,700 horsepower GTR sounds like with a cold start. Believe me if I told you that makes 1,700 horsepower to the rear wheels? I wouldn't. So let me give you guys a little walk around while I let this thing warm up. We got this car brand new in 2009. It's been PPF, ceramic coated. It's been taken care of immaculately its whole entire life. Like, obviously we updated it with the new headlights, but in my opinion, the 09, it's one of the best body styles. The way everything's rounded, no tacky LED lights at the bottom. I was never a huge fan of that. It is so clean. Everything is original in this car, besides the motor, transmission, drivetrain, stuff like that. Obviously, it's gonna what it needs to make 1,700 horsepower. For the tire setup, when we ran 850s in the quarter mile, we were on these Mickey Thompsons right here, 345, 35, 18. So 18-inch rims all the way around. To do 8.5 in the quarter mile at almost 180 miles an hour is disgusting. This is not possible ever in a Mustang on this tire to go 8. It is just not possible for a Camaro, Corvette, Mustang, Hellcat. Any American muscle car cannot do that on this tire. Over the years, we've definitely spiced up the interior, and we've done a lot of cosmetic stuff, which I think, in my opinion, it was some of the best touches you could have possibly ever done to the GTR. So I bought my dad this steering wheel for Christmas. I think it is phenomenal. Super nice. I wish it came with a more aggressive steering wheel. But in 09, it really wasn't nothing crazy. This car has Bluetooth, but it doesn't even have automatic running lights. Like, that's what we got to work with. But we changed the screen to a full Motec dash, which is amazing. It is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. It is kind of like the performance dash and the Mustangs and the Shelbys and whatnot, but this is on a whole nother level. As you can see to the right, it shows horsepower, torque. It goes through every single mode possible. You can literally click through your bank 1 fuel trim, bank 2 air inlet temps, fuel temperature, trans temperature, obviously, battery voltage. I don't even know what that one is at the top. I can't even tell what that one is. Never seen that before. Fuel consumption, oil pressure, obviously, fuel pressure, coolant pressure. Like, this is next level stuff when you got Motec on the GTRs. They're absolutely insane. There is 9 level settings to this car. Obviously, number 9, it would be absolutely on kill. 1,700 horsepower to the wheels with everything turned off. On the street, we've tried it. It is not possible to hook up, but on the track is a different story. So I want to give you guys one good walk around, show you the whole entire car. Carbon ceramic brakes all the way around, and that's honestly the smallest we can fit with 18s. If we want to put the big slick on the back, which we're eventually going to, I think we can knock the rear down to a 17-inch, and my buddy has a slick, so we're going to have to borrow one of his, and that is when we're going to go for 7 seconds. And in the video, I want to start the car up here with the slicks on it, drive it 45 minutes to the track, run it, heat and AC. I'll show you everything's working, and I want to drive the car back home and show you how flawless this car is. It's actually kind of scary how far cars have came in power wise, because if anyone else looks at this car, it just really doesn't look like anything crazy. It looks like a regular bolt-on GTR from the normal person's eye. They can never tell there's no crazy wing on it. There's no parachute. We made this the most sleeper GTR humanly possible. We didn't want to go crazy. We didn't want to like overdo it. We didn't want to make it like a showy, like, look at me, I'm a fast GTR. This is the farthest thing from that. And at Pocono, we did 100 and almost 98, or it was almost 200 miles an hour, but I think it was 199.8 my dad did. And then when I drove it, lit up the tires on me at 140 miles an hour, almost spun the car, literally went sideways on me pretty bad because we were low on fuel, lit the tires up on me at 140. I regained control, got back in it, and I did 186 miles an hour at Pocono Raceway. This car is a whole nother animal and on a different level to the Mustangs, and these are all the new Mustangs. This is a 2009. So next thing I want to do, and obviously this car is ahead of the times, just the way this aerodynamic stuff is with the door handle. That's still my favorite part about the car ever. And let's pop the hood and show you how we did everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys the interior a little bit. We did the little speakers, we did Bose, redid some stuff. We redid the dash with Alcantara because Nissan, it was pretty horrible. Like I showed the Motec dash, Nismo shifter I got, carbon fiber in some other places, and yeah, it came out pretty damn nice in my opinion. But let me show you guys under the hood and what Workhorse Performance did. And they have definitely grown in the GTR world. I think they are top tier in my opinion. I have been following and watching and racing obviously GTRs for a very, very long time, and having this car since an early age, I've always followed them and I followed other people's builds. But I think by far Workhorse Performance does the most cleanest work, best looking work in my opinion, and everything you can see is perfect. I mean, even to the clamps, like look at these Alpha Lock clamps. So like what that is, like when I boost my car, I'm going to have like plastic tubing with rubber or like with the metal clamps for the Mustangs. That's what everyone has. This is for extreme boost. I mean, you can look at the welds. This is Alpha Locking clamps. Like I couldn't remember the exact pressure that they said it will take. It's ungodly amount of pressure. These are actually Porsche throttle bodies because Porsche, I guess their throttle bodies are like extremely well, and they help with the Motec control and put the power down better. Obviously, you can see 12 injector setup. If you guys don't know what that is, obviously it's a V6, so 6 to 12. It has 6 primaries that it runs on, and then when we really step into it, we have another set of 6 injectors start firing in on the big end, which is crazy in my opinion. This car has more injector than my GT 500 that has a V8 with a massive supercharger, which is still crazy in my opinion. I also want to mention how they do everything nice with the AN lines and the nice fittings, and you can see everything is like the fit and finish is just perfect. And if for a guy that really doesn't, if you're looking at this car and you really don't know much about GTRs, you really can't tell. Like, I mean, it just looks like a well-built car. It's clean. We blacked everything out. There's nothing fancy. We didn't do anything super shiny to stand out. But when this car wants to work, it will put the power down, go A to B, and check out the massive intercooler. I mean, that's really the only thing. We thought about blacking that out too, or changing it for a black one, so you really can't tell. It's going to look like a stock GTR. But yeah, look at that. So funny enough, I filmed this video earlier today. I took the car out, I put my GoPro head strap on, and I really don't think there's no better way for me to put this. I simply cannot film and drive this car at the same time. It is that fast. GoPro footage looks like shit. So I'm going to have my dad drive, and I'm going to jump in the driver's seat, also do a few pulls too. But the camera angle and just the way the GoPro is and how fast the car pulls, it starts shaking. The GoPro like angle gets off my head, and therefore the footage looks like crap. So we're filming this for a part 2. Let's go do some pulls again. All right, so we're rolling up the windows. I'm going to show you guys how quiet inside the car is. Just cruising, go to 6th gear, upshift. And yeah, this is as quiet as it gets for 1700 horsepower. So we have it on the absolute lowest setting. Number 1, we're going to show you, and then we're going to bump it up to like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 if we get spicy. Setting number 1. Setting number 1 is actually kind of slow. Setting 1 is slow. It is good, but I bet you the Shelby will beat it number 1. I think Shelby, we might have to race that before I sell the Shelby. Alright, yeah, I'm so used to 1. That was slow. We got to bump it up to like 3 or 4 at least. It's one of the craziest things about the GTRs is just you can turn it up anywhere from 1,000 to add another 700 horsepower to the rear wheels like nothing. That's one of the scary things about the GTRs, because not a lot of people know what these cars can do. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Setting 4 feels better to me. That feels a lot better. That actually feels strong. Yeah, but it still was not fast. Setting 4 is not fast.
It shifts. The way it shifts, it doesn't.
Did it shift all the way at 8,600? Or were you paddle shifting that?
No, it shifted on its own.
Okay, yeah, so on that one, floored it 2nd gear, and it's literally shifting at 8,600. Yeah, when you're a car junkie, you're just used to the speed. It really doesn't bother me. But yeah, I think we might have to bump it up another 2 notches. It's like, got that itch, you know? You guys know what I'm saying? I didn't feel fast to me. Did it feel fast? I mean, it was fast, but not like fast. There's a difference from fast to fast. It is officially my turn to do a pull on it, and he can hold the camera. So we're about to switch. It is on setting number 4 or 5, I believe, and it is my turn to rip it. Like I said, when I tried to rip it before with my GoPro on, it just didn't look good in my opinion. So picked up the iPhone. I figured, why not? This is better, more stable, and he can hold it and film me. So let's get it. Something pretty cool that I wanted you guys to see is, so like when I'm cruising right now, 6th gear, 51 miles an hour. I don't know why the dash looks hazy. I think it's just so bright the camera looks a little fuzzy, but you can see we're only using 51 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque to go 51 miles an hour. Obviously that was going up a hill, and then I can lift off a little bit, and you guys can see what it goes down to. Obviously it fluctuates, but that was 100% off the gas I went. But look, 31 horsepower, 93 pound-feet of torque. Plus, with me and my dad in the car, we're probably close to another 500 pounds weight. So that's a lot more weight in the car. That is what I call a GTR shakedown. And we just got the car back. The motor was refreshed. It wasn't crazy long since it's been done. It honestly, Did the hood not pop? What a rookie mistake. I thought I pulled it. Maybe I didn't pull it hard enough. But yeah, like I was saying, we got the car refreshed by Workhorse, and we've had the same motor in it for a while. The motor's been, I think, I want to say going on 7 years. So this is the original motor, but we did have an oil leak before, and that was the reason it got refreshed. So we did a full teardown on it, got the whole thing redone, went through, made sure every single thing was good. And yeah, it's pretty crazy that a little V6 twin turbo car that can make 1,700 horsepower like this, like nothing. And it's so easy to drive. It is, it's really nothing. It's not really scary in my opinion. Like that last pull was on setting 5 or 6, I think it was on 5. It's not, it's weird. It's very weird to explain. You guys know how the Mustangs are. They're just so aggressive. And you guys have seen the Shelby and Apollo. NA Apollo is more scary than this. That's the best way for me to put it, because sometimes that car on the tire is unpredictable. This car making 1,200-1,300 to the wheels is so predictable because the all-wheel drive, it's so planted, plus Motec being on top of it, but 2 different calibers of a car, but that's like kind of the best way I can explain it to you guys. So yeah, there it is, 1,700 horsepower. I really did want to crank it up to number 9, but the problem is with these cars in Mexico, there just isn't enough runaway room. So like, you need a lot of room. 1,700 horsepower, you're just not doing a light pull. You need a straight 1.5 miles, probably maybe realistically 2 miles, depends on the road, to have like enough good slow down speed and stuff like that. But GTR is the king in my book, and no one else can tell me otherwise. Before we get to close out today's video, make sure you guys hit the link in the description. Register now for my giveaway. You guys can win an Axleback exhaust for your Mustang GT, the same exact one I have on my Shelby GT500. I'll get that custom made and sent directly to you. Also, second and third place, whoever wins second, you can pick whatever you want. 2 free shirts off the website, or you can have the Chemical Guys cleaning bucket that is brand new. Everything you need to clean your car. So link in the description, head to it. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. Road to 100K. Godspeed. Deuces.